Hey everyone, it's Travis here. I'm reporting in on my first month of my Million Foot Challenge to raise money for pancreatic cancer research. So today's February 1st, just finished January yesterday, had a full 31 days to get my vertical in, and what I can say is it definitely had its ups and downs. So the first week was super cold and snowy. If you remember, January 1st we had a bit of a storm as well, windstorm, snowstorm. So I spent a lot of time doing ski touring, and I discovered a couple things. First of all, ski touring is a ton of fun. Haven't done much of it. The problem is it is a really slow way to get vertical, especially for someone who's not very good at ski touring. The challenge was it was too cold and too snowy to ride. Later on in the first week of January it got a bit warmer, but it was still a trade-off. It's like, do you want to go slow or do you want to be freezing cold? I had a couple of Seymour summits early on that were just bitterly cold. Getting up to the top, totally frozen, coming down, lots of frostbite on the fingers. Had a hard time opening the combination lock in my shed because my hands were frozen. And I think the highlight or low light was having to get my wife to help me take my shoe covers off because my fingers were frozen. So the other pieces though made a ton of progress. I felt really good. And then started to realize how much work it was actually going to be to hit my 1,000,000 feet. So the challenge really was that it was all about being on the road. So I had a big trip to Toronto. I was there for 3 days, which meant no bike and no hills to speak of. But luckily, I discovered that climbing up the stairs in tall buildings is a great way to get vertical. And I was able to get, I think, about 3,000 meters or 9,000 feet in my 3 days there. It was monotonous and a little lonely. I listened to a podcast as I was doing it and talked to myself a little bit, made some Instagram videos for all of you. Either way, I got to figure out a way to have a better way to get vertical on the road. This really was the tough piece. The last big lesson I took away though was around gearing on my bike. So I'm not used to riding up Seymour slowly. I'm a fairly fast climber, as a lot of you know. The challenge is, if you want to put in a lot of volume, you got to do a lot of repetitions of the mountain to get there, which means you can't just go out and kill yourself. And I'm running gearing that is just killing me. So I'm running, if anyone's familiar, I'm running an 1125 with standard gearing. So my cadence is super slow and I feel like I'm just grinding up the hill. Plus I'm a little heavier, the bike's a bit heavier. It's been painful. So I'm gonna go out and get a 28 and some different gearing so I can actually survive. And so you can see as we're coming in, I think the big piece is I hit 70,000 feet or 21,000 meters roughly last month, which is 10,000 feet more than I had planned and more than I wanted to do. So it was a super successful month. Had some great summits, lots of snowbank pictures I'll be sharing on Instagram, but I'm there. And so what I know is I am going to accomplish this goal, but what I'm looking for is some support, some help. So there's obviously I'm talking to a lot of bike racers out there, a lot of cyclists, so I know you can't all donate money. If you can, that's great. You can go on, you can follow me on Instagram, on Strava, or you can go to pinkbartape.com and click donate, and any donation that you give is greatly appreciated. Second piece is you can share my stuff on Instagram, you can give me a shout out, throw me some support in some kind of social way online. Last piece, which I know a lot of you are gonna do when it gets a bit nicer out, is actually come ride with me. So I know a lot of you have been freaked out about going riding up hills with me in the past because maybe I go a little bit too quick. Trust me, I'm going a little slower, I'm trying to pace myself, so I'm looking for company. And last weekend I did 3 Seymour summits in one day, and I'll tell you, it was pretty lonely out there. So I'd love to have you sign up, come out with me, hit me up on Instagram, go to pinkbartape.com, or find me on Strava. Either way, I'm doing it, and we'll see how February goes. Thanks everyone.